Autonomy only works if it's matched with equal discipline. Listen, here's the thing about sales, and this is why some people succeed wildly and why many people fail miserably. And it's because sales comes with a massive amount of autonomy. You get to decide what work you're going to do. You get to decide when you're going to do that work. You get to decide how you're going to do that work. You get to get up, go out of your office, and drive across the city to see people and spend time with them, and you're totally on your own. If you want to stop and get a cup of coffee, you do that. If you want to stop and get something to eat, you can do that. If you want to sit in the car for a half hour and make calls from there, you can do that, and nobody will say a word to you. Now, many of you work from home, and so there's no one watching you work at all, and no one knows what you're doing at any time if you're not on a telephone call with a leadership team, or more likely a go-to meeting where people are having those kinds of conversations, because there's a lot of that goes on. But here's the thing, because you get to decide what work you're going to do, you have to have the discipline to make a good choice in the moment. You have to say, prospecting has to be done every single day. Nurturing has to be done every single day. Following up has to be done every single day, no matter what, because those are the disciplines that allow you to succeed in sales. So even though you get to decide what you want to do, you have to have the discipline to make good choices around that. You get to decide when you want to do it. You want to prospect first thing in the morning? Cool, no problem. You want to prospect in the afternoon? That's great. Maybe you're one of these people who suffers from the delusion that Monday's a terrible day to make calls because nobody answers the phone, even though other people say Monday's the best day to make calls because people who are hustlers are sitting down, they're working, you can reach them, they're in their office, and they book appointments. That's what other people say. So whatever your hang up is, you get to decide when you're going to follow up, when you're going to nurture your clients, when you're going to make your sales call, when you're going to do your reports, when you're going to put stuff in your CRM. That's all totally up to you. So you get to make a lot of decisions around that, and you get to decide how. Nobody really cares how you prospect, especially if you're succeeding. If you can do it by making 5 phone calls a day, no one's gonna have a problem with that. If you can make your number but it takes 80 calls a day, nobody's gonna have a problem with that either. As long as you're doing your job, nobody cares. So why then do people fail? Because they lack the fundamental trait of successful people, which is discipline and focus. They don't need somebody, the people that succeed don't need somebody standing over their shoulder saying, Johnny, we're going to need you to make your calls today, or Susie, did you follow up with that client? Successful people discipline themselves so that no one ever else has to ask them what they're doing, or how they're doing it, or when they're doing it, or why they're not doing it. So if you don't want anybody to ever have to come to you and say, what are you doing? Why are you doing it this way? Why aren't you doing it this other way? Why hasn't that been done yet? You have to hold yourself accountable, and that's the other side of autonomy. You get the freedom, but you have to have the discipline to match the freedom if you're going to succeed in sales and any other endeavor that human beings are engaged in. I'm Anthony Iannarino. Match your autonomy, your freedom, with an equal or greater amount of discipline so you can succeed. And push the subscribe button so you can be here with me tomorrow, because this show is every day.